Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack44227 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess you tuned in to, of course, this one after I did the previous one over an hour ago, so good for you. So yeah, I guess if you actually have recalled, of course, the last thoughts video that I actually did, looks like I'm in for another double feature this time around as my way to actually get myself caught up on some new releases after my time at NocoCon not too long ago for sure, So yeah, so I guess it's after what I've actually been through with the Masters of the Universe movie that I finally got the chance to go see. Looks like I'm in to talk about another movie that I finally got the chance to see. And of course, this time around, as of course hinted from of course my previous thoughts video, looks like it's time for me to talk about a little something from one of my all-time favorite directors that goes by the name of Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I think that's of course pretty much what we're talking about here today, and yeah, I guess it is actually quite a thing that pretty much I would mention Steven Spielberg for sure. I mean, hell, we all know who he is, and we all know his movies, hands down. Yeah, I mean, really think about it, hands down for sure. Yeah, can you imagine going one day without pretty much naming one single Spielberg movie, hands down? That would be rather impossible, hands down, and we do know some of the pretty much plenty of the great ones that he's actually done, like say, like of course you got Jaws, you got the Indiana Jones movies, you got Jurassic Park, you pretty much got E.T., all those great ones, hands down. But you also have some really pretty much another batch of great ones for sure outside of all those, like say Schindler's List for example, and even some one-offs that may not be great but are still pretty good for sure, like of course you got Ready Player One and his version of West Side Story, to which I've actually previously talked about in the past thoughts videos for sure. So yeah, I think you can kind of get my drift, hands down for sure. And well, I guess given to all of that, hands down, I guess for of course this newest film that he actually got the chance to pretty much recently release for sure, I think he actually would revolve around, well, aliens. Yeah, I'm not even joking when I actually say it, so yeah, looks like got another film directed by Steven Spielberg this time around. But this time, it of course centers around, well, aliens. So yeah, so I guess it is actually no big surprise, of course, that front, because, well, he has actually done quite a few of them in the past. I've already mentioned E.T. Before, but he's also directing another great one that he actually did, which is, of course, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, for sure. So I think he is no stranger to that kind of a genre, for sure. So yeah. so I guess given to all that, I mean, yeah, if you put Spielberg's name pretty much in any one of his movies that he would direct for sure, it's guaranteed to be pretty much good, hands down. I mean, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure we all know whatever Spielberg touches, yeah, pretty much he does have the Midas touch for sure. Anything he touches is gold for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And luckily enough, for this movie that we actually got very recently from him, I think he is exactly that for sure. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, I think it's time that we get ourselves in to talk about this one for sure. So yeah, I think it's time that we uncover the truth and see pretty much see the pure existence of aliens for sure. As of course, we actually talk about the latest film from Steven Spielberg, hands down, that we got very recently, which is none other than Disclosure Day. So yeah, that is of course what I'm going to be talking about here today. It is of course the latest film that just came out not too long ago, and boy, I've got a lot to say of course this one for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say of course that front. Alright, so now that I got the introduction out of the way, I guess I might as well dive into this as pretty much my first impression. So yeah, going into this movie, I was really intrigued with, of course, the idea pretty much on what it's actually going for, especially when I actually got to view the trailers beforehand for sure. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing by far, I think they really laid the groundwork on what it's actually trying to do, pretty much hands down, and actually pretty much giving off a really interesting, intense, and unique, pretty much mystery, pretty much being sent around for sure. Like of course, we do know we would be expecting like some aliens to actually show up, but we really don't know, of course, on whether or not they will actually show up, pretty much if anything. So they're really keeping, of course, the whole idea a full-on secret, hands down for sure. Pretty much has, of course, pretty much the movie is trying to tell us. I can't tell you, of course, what's going to occur. You have to see the movie for yourself if you want to experience it for sure. So yeah, I really do like it when movies actually want to do that, hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess that's probably the best way I can describe my first impressions on Disclosure Day, hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess I give it to that thought alone. And as much as I really do love Spielberg's work, both past and present, for sure, you bet I'm actually quite curious to see on what this movie will actually give us, hands down. So yeah, so I guess it's after what I've been through with the Masters of the Universe movie to see on what that's got provided, I did manage to get myself in to see this movie as part of my double feature that I actually did. All thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas, as always, for letting me do exactly that. So yeah, and well, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing this one, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I think for all what it is, I think this movie really did impress me in such a way. So yeah, I guess pretty much for what it is, given to what I've actually seen, I actually really do like this movie all the way. So yeah, I can't necessarily say it's by all means a fantastic movie all the way, let alone be on there as one of Spielberg's greats, hands down. But I really do think it is actually a really good movie that really did deliver quite well with what it's actually providing, hands down. And yeah, I think he really did the job quite well from what I've actually seen, hands down. So yeah, so I guess for what it is, I actually really do like it for sure. It's not by all means great, but I do think this movie is actually pretty good for what it is. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright then, well, now that I've officially got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, I think with what I'm actually seeing, the story in this movie is actually structured out quite well from what I've actually seen. They really laid the groundwork to really give us a really pretty much intense and, of course, an immersive and yet really unique kind of story that it wants to go for hands down, and I really do think they really nailed it all the way. It is, of course, quite simple and pretty easy to follow for sure, and I really do love the nice approach that they actually did hands down, and well, some parts of it just kind of felt were a little unnecessary to say the least, and they could have at least cut it out to save some time. But I do follow through it quite well, and I am really impressed with, of course, what it's actually giving us hands down. So yeah, that's at least what I can say for the story, of course, of this movie. Now, as for the writing, I have to say, as another good example, well, I think I will have to say, I think the writing in this movie actually is quite nicely done for sure, as of course pretty much is of course written by David Coop for sure, who is no stranger to pretty much writing some really nice scripts for most of Spielberg's work hands down, and yeah, he does have a few misses here and there for sure, so yeah, I think you can kind of get the idea, of course, that front. So yeah, and I guess with what I'm seeing with the writing, of course, of this movie, it is crafting out pretty good, hands down. But I do kind of felt other parts again could have used like maybe a little rewrite here and there to really try to make it all the more gripping and exciting all the way. So yeah, it's not by all means a bad script to say the least, but I really do like what it's actually providing hands down to really try to make it work to its advantage for sure. And yeah, for while I think it could have been done a whole lot better, I do think they really went somewhere with it to really make it quite nice for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say pretty much for the story and the writing for, of course, this movie. Yeah, they both have a couple of bumps here and there for sure, but I really do like what it's actually giving to us hands down, and I think it did the job quite well for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure, to which next up is, of course, the characters, and yeah, I will have to say, I really do think the characters in this movie are actually pretty much quite nice for sure, as of course each and every single one of them are actually given some pretty good development that I really do think actually worked for sure to really try to make them likable and interesting all the way, and I think they really did the job quite well for sure. Almost like I'm actually starting to care for, of course, the characters for sure, and I really do think they really pretty much did the job quite well, and I really do admire on what it's actually going for hands down. So yeah, I guess either way, maybe I guess they could have been done a whole lot better to make them much more greater characters for sure. But I still think they're actually done pretty good, and I do applaud pretty much on what this movie is actually giving to us for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the characters for sure. Now, as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, yeah, I will admit a good majority of them are actually casted pretty well, and they actually did give off some really good performances all the way that I really do think actually work quite well for sure. I really buy into their investment all the way, and I really do think they really did a bang-up job with each and every single one of them. And of course, probably the big massive standouts in my opinion, of course, this movie would definitely have to be 4 actors that I really do think gave off such great performances, at least in my opinion for sure, which consists of course, Jack O'Connor, Emily Blunt, Colin Firth, and of course, Coleman Domingo for sure. So yeah, all 4 of these actors that I've actually mentioned, I really do think are the massive standouts in, of course, this movie, and I really do applaud their commitment to make their roles actually great for sure, and they really nailed it on the head for sure. And like I said, I really bought into their performances all the way that I really do think is actually quite nicely done for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I really like what they did with the characters for sure, and all the actors gave off such really good performances that I do think are actually quite nicely done. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, well, now that I've officially got those 2 out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, almost a whole lot, actually. I guess to which next up is, of course, the production design, of course, this movie, and yeah, I will have to say the production design is actually really quite amazing, hands down for sure. I really do think they really putting a lot of hard-working effort to really make this movie look good, hands down. Not only with some really great location scouting and some great set pieces that they actually put together, hands down, which I really do think are actually quite nicely done. But also the visuals and the effects, on the other hand, really are actually quite amazing for sure. And again, really does help to blending well with the film's surroundings for sure. Almost like you are actually in that kind of situation that our main characters are in right now, and how they're going to get through it, hands down. So yeah, I guess that's what I could say, of course, on that front for sure. I really do think this movie really gave off such a really great production design that I really do think is actually quite nicely done. And seeing of how I did mention Steven Spielberg, I should mention the direction of this film by him. I really do think is actually quite good, hands down. So yeah, I can tell that Spielberg really actually has a nice approach to, of course, this movie, and really want to have that amount of passion that he really want to put into really try to make this movie work. And I really do think he really did the job quite well for sure. I really do applaud his commitment to really pretty much get this movie to work to his advantage for sure. And yeah, I say it really did the job quite well for sure, and I really do admire that all the way. So yeah, what else can I say about how hands down to which I know it is biased for me to say it because I really do love Spielberg's work, hands down. So what were you expecting? So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. And of course, the cinematography in this film, I will have to say, is actually done really great, as it provides some really great camera shots that I really do think actually work quite well, and I really do think is actually quite nicely done, hands down for sure. And of course, the editing, I have to say, is also done pretty good, hands down, with some cuts that I do think are actually quite good for sure, and really does help flow this movie out to its advantage for sure. And not to mention, it even matches quite well with the film's pacing as well, to which I do think actually flowed out just fine for sure. not necessarily pretty much on point from what I've actually seen, but I really do think the film's pacing is actually flowed down quite well from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, give it to what I've actually said, hands down. I think that will get you the idea on what I thought of this movie as a whole. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, overall, Disclosure Day may not be a fantastic movie for what it is, but I do think it is actually a really good one that we actually got, hands down, that really got me in for such an intense and yet really interesting time, hands down, that really does pretty much give us on what it's actually providing, hands down. And yeah, I will admit some parts of it I think could have been a little reworked, hands down, to making a much more grander or fantastic movie for sure. But some of the parts that actually do work, in my opinion, I really do think it is actually quite nice for sure. And I really do applaud everyone for making this movie work quite well for sure. So yeah, I think that's probably the best way I can actually put it, hands down. And again, I know it's saying a whole lot, seeing of how seeing of how I did praise Spielberg's work in the past for sure. But there are times where, of course, there are some movies that he actually did that may not be as great as some of his other ones that he actually did, but are still good, pretty much, and still gave me a pretty much a good enough time, nonetheless. And I think this movie really does fit the bill on that for sure. So yeah, I guess regardless, of course, of that front, I do think this movie is actually well worth checking out, and I do highly recommend it for sure. I mean, okay, yeah, I don't think it's actually on par, like, of course, his other alien films that he actually did, like, say, E.T. or Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but I think it comes close for sure, hands down. So yeah, and if that's something that you don't mind, hands down, then yeah, I say this movie is actually well worth checking out. So yeah, I guess if you're in the mood for pretty much a nice and unique movie that Spielberg will give you, that may not be fantastic, but still actually can give you a good time in the movie theater for sure, complete with aliens and everything, then I say definitely give this movie a watch for sure. Yeah, again, you may not get something that's actually really great, but you are going to get something that is still good nonetheless. So yeah, that's probably the best way I can describe this movie as a whole, and I think that will get the idea on why I actually like it for sure. And because of that, yeah, I guess I am going to be fair on, of course, this one, and I'm going to give Disclosure Day an 8.5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, I really don't think it's by all means a great movie for what it is, but I really do think it is actually a good one that I really do think is actually well worth pretty much 2.5 hours of your time for sure. So yeah, if that's something you actually pretty much are looking into, hands out, then I say definitely give this movie a watch for sure. So yeah, like I said, you're probably not going to get something really great, but you are going to get something that is most certainly out of this world for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, I might as well turn it over to you guys. What do you think of Disclosure Day if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it and think it's a real great time pretty much give it to what it's given to us for sure, especially coming from Steven Spielberg himself? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it pretty much uses way too much of that Spielberg-ness that pretty much would distract us all the way for sure, and it's just an absolute waste of time? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just okay for sure? So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I'm quite curious to see what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest Thoughts video, and whew, well, looks like I'm finally all caught up in terms of movies right now, so I think I should be in the clear for any other new releases that'll be coming out for sure. So yeah, and seeing how pretty much we're getting a good batch of summer movies right now, I'm quite curious to see what we're gonna get next for sure. So I need to think long hard about that, and yeah, I just realized I'm getting close to nearly 400 thoughts videos, so gonna be quite interesting on what I'll talk about for that said milestone coming up. So, but hey, I guess I have all the time I need for sure to get it all figured out. So yeah, so I guess alright, until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next Thoughts video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.